So this is my third project and it's my favorite out of the three, and you'll see why in a bit. So let me show you the color Etsy stuff that I used. Again, I used the mesh bling. I love this stuff, so flexible. I used the Butterfly Kisses 3D flower, the small one. I used the porcelain ribbon flowers, and I used it in the pink, so I used that. I used the 2-inch pink rose flower. I used the small crystal flowers, and then I used the Bona Shabby Chic trim. I used the cream pleated trim here. Again, I used the mini flat back pearl trim, and I also used the small bird embellishment, and I'll show that to you in the project. So those are the cuddly goodies that I used, and the paper that I used on this project is actually fabric paper, the adhesive fabric paper from, this is from Die Cuts with a View, and it's this one right here, the pink one. I think a lot of you have this. And then I just used this beautiful flourish trim embellishment from Recollections that was out a while back. And then I also used the cameo heads from Lindy's Stamp Gang. So before I show you the completed project, this is my prototype, and it's this camera right here. You guys might recognize it if you guys subscribe to Maria. She's Lollyrot7. I'll put the link to her video tutorial on this camera. And initially she had it as a camera with a flap on it, so you could put a mini on here, but I changed it up. So basically I followed her tutorial. I wasn't so sure about the measurements, if she was going by centimeters or millimeters, so I just winged it, and then this is the prototype, so I adjusted it later on, but I ended up not making the flap because I didn't want to make a mini, so instead I made a box. So this is the prototype, and it took a while, but it was just so worth it. So anyways, now to the project. I'm just so excited about this. So that's the prototype, and this is what the finished project looks like. And it's this shabby camera box that I made for Bona. And here you can see I used the pleated trim for the camera strap, and there's a extra large wide eyelet in there, and then this is a pearl brad on either side. So oh my god, I just love this camera. So you can see the paper here, it is that fabric paper, so it was really pliable and easy to adhere to the box. And I didn't use thick chipboard, I used thin matte board, and it's this is how thin it is. It's really thin and still flexible, so I was able to work around that. And I also used some 7 Gypsies paper tape all around the box here, and I used whatever embellishments, pearl embellishments that I thought that went well with this project. So here you can see this is the flourish from the Recollections, and then I used individual pearls around the lens here, and then I had pearl button embellishment, so I put it there for the viewfinder and for the flash. And here, I love it, I wrapped it with the mesh bling, and I stacked several buttons, and I put a pearl embellishment on top for the little dial on top of the camera. And here's the trigger, or the button that you press. So here's a cute little flower button and a pearl embellishment. And here's more of that Recollections flourish. So that is the top. And then in the lens you can see there's that 2-inch rose flower that I stuck in there, and then there is that crystal flower right there, some pearl beads, and then I also put some lace trim inside. Here's some rhinestones, and then here, if you can see right through there, you can see the little plastic bird that I put in there. And then this is just acetate, so you could see through, so you can look at that. Let's see what else. So okay, so that is the top part, and then this is the bottom, the back of the box. And here's more of that fabric paper, some pearl embellishments and buttons. Here's more of that pearl flourish with the crochet trim, and then on the back here I decided to just fill it up with lots of pearl, flat back pearls, and I used glossy accents. Here is more of that 7 gypsy tape. Okay, so again, it's a box, so it opens like this. And let me show you the inside here. The inside, I got a ton of the tape, and I just covered the inside of the box, and then here is the side with a different tape. And then here you can see there's the satin ribbon trim, pleated trim that I just tied in a knot, and then you can see that brad sticking through, holding that ribbon in. So that is pretty safe and secure, so it's not going to fall off. And then I had this Prima crown sticker embellishment, so I just stuck that inside, and I think that's really cute. So that is the front. Okay, and then this is the inside. I made a cute little scene here. Here, the paper I used in here is from Colorbach. It's the flea market paper, and then I put some of that trim of the mini flat back pearls. There is that 2-inch flower. Here's the porcelain ribbon flower, the My Butterfly Kisses crystal flower, some charms that I stuck in there. This is a Prima tile, and there's bonus shabby trim I laid as the base of this. And then here I put some Maya Road trim, flower doily trim, and then there is that cameo again. I used a different head this time. And then there's vellum, and then instead of using diamond dust, I used this gold glass glitter that I got from Michael's a while back, and I popped it up. So that is the inside, and I'll have pictures at the end as well. And I really love this. I loved how it turned out. It took me like a whole week to figure out the dimensions and just trying to decorate it so it looked really cute. And yeah, so that is the box, and it slides in really easily because I made it smaller so that it doesn't snag onto the ribbon. So it just slides like that, so she could display it in her craft room like so, or put it face down with the lens up. So that is the camera that I made. So I hope you guys liked all 3 of my projects. Pictures will be provided, and the links to all the Karla goodies I will have at my blog, and the link will be in the description box. So I hope you guys enjoyed our design team swap projects, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.